Hi, everybody. Checking in from beautiful Vail, Colorado. My husband and I have been enjoying just a very lovely and relaxing holiday weekend here. And I've actually been reflecting a lot on how this trip is very different from the one we took when we were here 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I was still struggling with alcohol, and I had a divided mind on many fronts. And what I mean by that is I had a lot of ambivalence that I was dealing with, which is having, two opposing ideas at the same time, where, I was actively trying to stop drinking, but I was still kind of mourning that the loss of drinking and trying to wrap my head around becoming a non-drinker because I drank my whole adult life. So that was quite the shift. And then on top of that, so that was all happening in my prefrontal cortex, the brain in front here. But my limbic brain, which is right here in the back where the brainstem is, otherwise known as our animal brain, which is run on sensation and emotion, by the way, was dealing with a lot of physical cravings. So it just felt like no matter what, I was really just struggling all the time. Back then, just being around alcohol was extremely triggering. Walking by the bar in the lobby or just seeing alcohol, trying to have dinner was always a challenge because I had always associated drinking at dinner. And, now I'm ordering soda or water, which felt very boring, especially when I was looking around at other tables watching everyone else, or it seemed like everyone else was, having wine or what have you at their table. And it just made me feel very left out at that time. It felt like a punishment. It felt like, why can't I be quote unquote normal? Why did my drinking get to the point where I really was, I was at a crossroads and I had to stop. It was affecting my health in a very negative way. It was ruining my relationships. It was just causing so much chaos in my life at that time. And, deep down, I knew I had to stop, but there was just obstacles I was overcoming all the time. And even when I was doing really fun things, last time we were here, we signed up for things like dog sledding and snowmobiling, and we ate at really, yummy restaurants. It was like I could never fully enjoy myself. It was just always in the back of my mind, this animal brain that was craving alcohol so much. It was always plotting and scheming and wondering when it could just have that next drink. And back then I didn't have the alcohol education that I do now. I didn't understand what I was going through. It was a very confusing time. And, it was kind of miserable and exhausting. And I'm just filled with so much gratitude right now that is that those days are long behind me. And I'm coming up to almost 3 years, so I'm about a month shy of celebrating 3 years of my alcohol-free life. But what I love to say is I have total freedom from alcohol. So I'm living an alcohol-free life, but I have freedom from it. And what I mean by that is I get to walk around and I don't think about it. I don't crave it. I just get to enjoy everything I'm doing, whether I'm eating a delicious meal or doing a fun activity. And it's not, it's not those feelings, those physical feelings of cravings, and those thoughts are just not there. And I can't think of a more freeing experience and a more happy way to live. And, I was at a yoga class very recently, and at the beginning of the class, she pointed out how we could all probably look around and find things that we're grateful for in our life, which is a great practice, by the way. There's a lot of great science behind gratitude and how it's healthy for us. But she pointed something out too, which was really great food for thought. And she said, there might be things that you're grateful for that you don't have in your life. And immediately I got very choked up and I started to think about this upcoming trip that we had to come here to Vail. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, the last time I was in Vail, I was really trying to enjoy myself, but I truly couldn't. And now I get to go and I get to be present for every minute, and I got to have fun, and I get to fully enjoy just everything we do. And I have so much gratitude for that. It has just been an absolutely life-changing experience. And in my next blog post, I'm going to be writing about this experience and comparing the two trips. And I'm going to dive into alcohol and cravings and building neural pathways in your brain, and which is, the power of the nervous system regulation that I got from working with Julian Park when I hired her to go through my gray area, her gray area drinking program. And so I'm going to also talk a lot about ambivalence, which is a topic that we have been learning about in the Invitation to Change training, which is the training that, or the learning supportive groups that were created by CMC, Foundation for Change, which is a nonprofit dedicated to providing evidence-based tools for change for everybody who has a loved one who's struggling. And so if there's anything that I can do for you, any kind of support I can offer, please feel free to reach out. You can check out my website, my blog posts, my newsletters, and or book a discovery call with me. And if you have any questions about anything that I do, then book that call. It's 20 minutes. It costs nothing. And it's just an opportunity to learn more information, and we can have a nice chat. I can be a listening ear, and and I have lots of great resources that I could be giving you. So please feel free to take me up on that offer. And I hope you have a beautiful holiday, whatever you celebrate, if you celebrate. And thanks so much for watching. Bye.